We need to be a party of community leaders, devoted to community service. That's why I'm calling for open nominations for all Liberal candidates in every single riding in the next election.
I mean, it's laughable, it really is. Look, I wouldn't even care that much if a party leader did dictate who the candidates were. I mean, maybe you want to work that way, but don't claim one thing and then do another. And Justin, you have contradicted yourself time after time. Marissa Semkiw, she's done a bit of interviewing of all the people involved in this, haven't you?
Yes, well, yeah, you know, 2 days ago, or I think it was 2 days ago, Adam Vaughan and Justin Trudeau were campaigning out in Toronto, so I had an opportunity to go and meet with them. I mean, Michael, look, it's very clear that Justin Trudeau's been meddling in this election process. You look no further than Christine Innes, who he blackballed because of comments made by her husband, Ryan Davey, another candidate that literally pulled the plug just days before the nomination because he felt like it was quote unquote a de facto appointment, like Justin Trudeau was playing favoritism with certain candidates. Of course, look no further than the PR stunt he pulled in the Star just days before the nomination.
Let's see the photo, by the way, of this, because I mean, this says a great deal. Can we see that photograph, please, in the Toronto Star? Let's have a look at that photograph, please.
His own campaign photographer took that photo of those two dining at a restaurant.
Yeah, let's just keep it there for a while, because I mean, what you just said is very important. This is meant to be two guys who just, you know, let's chat over a drink. This is Trudeau's personal photographer who has taken this photograph set up with Vaughan and Trudeau. Why can't they just admit this?
Well, exactly, and there would be nothing wrong with that. But of course, he's gone out of his way to say that he will have an open nomination process. I mean, it completely flies in the face of everything he said. But, you know, yesterday I pretty much accused Adam Vaughan of being a hand-picked star candidate. And here's how Justin Trudeau responded.
First thing I'd like to say is how excited I am that I didn't pick a candidate, that over 800 people signed up from the neighborhood to participate in a contested nomination here in Trinity-Spadian.
I don't know about that.
What do you say? I mean, he let me be blunt, he lies with such confidence. It's almost as though he believes it to be true.
Oh, I'm sure he does. But look, let's talk about Adam Vaughan for just 1 second, okay? Adam Vaughan does not align himself ideologically with the Liberal Party.
Far from it.
Okay? You just have to look at his record as a city councillor to see that he hasn't met a tax he didn't like. I'm talking about taxes on property tax increases, land transfer tax, a vehicle ownership tax. He supported a 1% HST increase. He supported a sidewalk tax on businesses. He also supported you know, a fireworks
tax. What's a fireworks fear tax? If you're frightened of fireworks, you have to pay a tax.
Well, exactly. So, you know, it's clear that he himself doesn't align himself ideologically with the Liberal Party. So one has to wonder why he's running for the Liberals in this riding and why he is this star candidate of Justin Trudeau. One could speculate that perhaps he's being groomed for a cabinet position.
Well, I think that's very likely. But Justin Trudeau has made a point of moaning on about the middle class because he's read about them somewhere, and that we must not have any more taxes. So Vaughan says tax everything. Trudeau says no more tax.
And especially if he'll have a cabinet position, well, we've got a problem there because, you know, this could be a man that's pretty high up in a Liberal Trudeau government. So I asked Justin Trudeau that very question. Will you rule out any of these tax hikes, that have been supported by Adam Vaughan? And here's what he said.
I feel that Canadians, and it's borne out by the statistics, Canadians are under an awful lot of pressure with rising debt levels, concern about their retirements, concern about paying for their kids' education. The middle class is stressed out enough, and I have no intention of raising taxes at all.
So in the same breath, he said, the middle class is stressed out enough, and I have no intention of raising taxes, period. Of course, I think the word intention was deliberate. Look, Justin Trudeau, with his big spending initiatives that he's proposed, you know, the tax from marijuana isn't going to pay for all of that. So I think he's being deliberately misleading.
I'm a bit more cynical than you. I don't think this is ideological. I think that Vaughan has been selected because Vaughan may be a man who's achingly lacking in humility, but he's an intelligent man, he knows how to play the game, and he may well win.
Well, also
Trudeau
it's an NDP riding.
Exactly. So it's a way to win. Will he have any influence in cabinet? The Liberal Party is still fairly centrist, I believe, but Trudeau just wants to win an election by any means necessary.
No, and it's important to point out that Olivia Chow, who has now stepped down to run for the Ontario mayor's race, this was a riding that she held since 2006. And prior to that, by the way, it was held by Christine Innes's husband. Christine Innes, remember, the one that was blackballed. So it's an NDP riding, and that's why they've ushered in this.
I once moderated a debate between Olivia Chow and the former MP, of course, the husband of the woman to whom you referred, and God Lord, the tension was almost palpable. They did not like each other one little bit. It's going to be a fun one. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.